case there's questions, that's everything you would have for that. Here is what you gave me today. It feels stuffy in here, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's just because you were running around.
Humidity is pretty high, 94% one.
Yeah.
You get quite a bit out of that, maybe?
I think it was very valuable. I did pick this up. I try to leave that here and this here, but we're trying to make sure they don't leave the building. Township planning and zoning or decision making, this one.
Were they just handing these out or what?
No, it was $80.
Looking for that.
So we purchased this so that it's here, you know. And, oh, did I sit up here by you? How are you, my friend?
Hey.
So we have
in
one.
the corner then.
My wife's coming through.
Oh,
Well, then I'll move that
Oh,
door.
that's fine.
A little bit of the corner.
Yeah, sit in the corner.
let's see here. You wanna walk these to the back? You know, I'll walk them to the back. More.
Yeah, get your steps in. Good evening. Sir, how are you?
Oh, Peachy King and Hunky Dory, give me a minute, I'll tell you a story.
Oh, I have one. I printed it off before I came, so.
No problem.
How are you doing? Here.
Right, the very back page is just an FYI kind of page. It talks about out of the planning and zoning book. And just an FYI. Something,
I've got that.
It's in the book.
yeah, I got,
Why do we need that tonight or what?
no.
Oh,
I was handing that out because it was a discussion we had in office this week, and if we had it in office and it was gray area, I didn't know if everybody knew that. And then a copy of the bylaws is there, so everybody knows just what our bylaws
Hi,
say.
Michelle.
can we print out the sheet from? Yeah, the thing about from Jennifer. She sent a.
No, that's why you're making it up.
Yeah.
Get your water shut off or shut on yesterday, they
There's
stay on the
no
corner
such
of
meaning.
Midland.
No, I know, they're making
Well,
it
no
up.
one can get our water stopped, key out of the truck. She sent us, here you go, sent some memorandum for
I don't know if
tonight,
there's
because
any
she
other,
couldn't make it to the meeting.
I don't even know if
Sent
there's any
everybody
other
up that maybe,
place
can we
in the
print it
state
out?
that.
Yeah, let's see if I can find it, and,
So I can just forward that to you if you want.
Where's this being kept?
we have 10 minutes, right there. Can
That's not even a
you start that
definition.
computer
It's
for me,
not
I'll
even a
open my
definition.
email.
Yeah, it doesn't even exist.
No.
Yeah, would you
I'll
send
forward
that
it
to
to you.
the Rev Charles, and I can
Wait.
open that from here?
Unreal.
Which means that other
Thank you.
What do you want it to?
townships
Which one?
in the
Rev Charles
states
School, wait.
can't use this, that.
The other one
They're
doesn't
the
let me
same
print,
thing.
so.
Wanna get rid of that?
It probably is.
It's been a problem since
No.
day one, and it has to do
No,
with the
it's just
setting
better
that they
sign name
opened
than
up by
cabin court.
trustee.
Yeah, well,
I'd much rather
That
have
seems
tourist
weird.
counties next
Say
to
your-
versus cabin court.
His private, his personal email would print, but his
Cabin court's like a
township
mobile
one
home
wouldn't.
park, you know.
Well, that's all right, I
what
hardly
gets
ever
me
get
is
the
the
ones
fact
from
that
here,
there's
so it's.
no minimum
Gotta love
lot
technology.
size.
No, I
That's
don't.
what's asinine, if you ask me, you know.
It doesn't make any Ursula.
Yeah, I know. Money talks, so,
Yeah. So the people who know each other.
wow, yeah, that too.
There's a lot of talking more than anything else. Trust me, we know. We witness it firsthand. God, it's so ridiculous.
Did you get it? Yeah.
I'm glad I made it in before the rain started.
Well, she sent,
Did you go making those and Joey back there?
that's on the memorandum, she sent a memorandum on the stuff. On our email thread, we've been going back and forth on. She's a case of baggage person, because a lot of it's already taken care of in building, you know. Right. The only thing that didn't really say to me, you can have
The 60 days
residents
starts
in
over again.
C1 or 2,
When does that start?
just doesn't say where.
I think after tonight, after they make their decision, I think the 60
Yeah,
days
and,
starts
you know,
again.
then our, you
Which they
know,
have to,
R1
because
regular
she
size
just
is
let them
24 by 32 is the biggest you
Because
can
they
have.
didn't follow up their, yeah.
If it's a patch.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, even then, you can't have it, it can't be more than X amount of square foot percentage of your lot. Or bigger than your
They don't.
footprint.
It'd be a legal thing. Lawyer
Yeah, so
up.
my house is
Well, yeah, but, I mean, could you have them do things?
Ain't nothing you're gonna say it's gonna change from
Yeah.
my mind's been made up before this thing started.
Yeah.
It's like talking to a freaking tree.
2,130 square
So we
feet.
just
So I
get
put
the,
another
just get an attorney.
square feet on it. And within, I
These
think,
people
the
already
area for that
saying they're
lot,
gonna file lawsuits.
I'm like
People in
within
condos.
half an inch on either side from
They're
it.
gonna file
Unless
lawsuits.
it's just setbacks, so.
Well, see, they forget that we're the ones paying their salaries. That's, you know, they're working right over here. Yeah.
Sorry if I go turn things on.
Oh, yeah. Tax return. Running a lunch crap, by the way. Were you here in town with the transfer?
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah, that was good. Kind of blew that up, you know, right? No, I was gonna say, put it up on the table where he sits or on his chair.
Do a copy of this.
Give you the extra copy, so you can,
Add to the
yes.
correction.
Call the meeting to order at 7 o'clock. Pledge allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Fletcher,
Here.
Campbell,
Here.
Roof,
Here.
Sinnott,
Here.
Rokas.
Here.
Okay. Is there any changes to the minute from last meeting?
I would say, I'll make a motion to accept the minute.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of the agenda. Items that need to be added or changed.
Make a motion to accept the agenda.
Second.
First and a second, approval of the agenda, I'll say aye.
Aye.
Nays? Okay. All right. Public comment. I'm gonna stick to our rules, Robert's Rule of Order. Each person has 3 minutes to speak. It's not gonna be a question and answer. I will set on a time, and if you're getting close and still gotta finish, then I'm not gonna cut you right off, but I wanna stick to the 3 minutes if we can, so. Anybody have anything they wanna say?
Let's put it small.
Even I've seen you in a while, are you?
Name is Brad, Eddie, 1890 South Huron Road. If it's not a question and answer, I understand, but it has in the past. I was wondering if any of these use charts, C1, if that in your future land use proposal would be the property next to mine. If these are the uses that are being brought forth, if this is, how's this, conjoined to my industrial property. So that is one thing, because if any of this is to be, I would like a notice from the person who owns the property that they're intending to do something like this, not that it just happen or get thrown down my throat. So I feel that.
I mean, as far as the cabins in C1, or I guess what are you
Any of
referring to?
the special land uses, the chart, the setbacks, the tourist dwelling. In your future land use, you have the property adjacent to mine is C1 for future. Right now it's commercial. My grandparents zoned it to C3. So we don't
I'm
know,
aware of all that part.
but I just mean, looking to see if you guys are aware of it. A certain citizen shared a FOIA with me to understand the master plan and the correspondence that she received. All of you turned in, but Don, correspondences with Spicer. I don't know how you can create a master plan without emails. I mean, you're saying you never got one email, you don't deal with Spicer daily, weekly, monthly. That was what the FOIA was that she turned in. So when I seen correspondences from many other people, it was almost like you were hiding something. I mean, do you deal with Spicer on a daily basis, weekly? So it's just one of those things where you put in water lines for the township, you asphalt roads for the township, and Spicer seems to be on a lot of those jobs. And in her FOIA, she asked for your correspondences, and there was 0. But everybody else did have. So I don't see how you guys, working on a master plan since last June, how you could not have been involved in communications. And if so, I think it's wrong for you guys to change things in the zoning ordinance book when you don't show up to the regular meetings. I would understand if you guys actually knew more of what was going on within those meetings, but you guys show up here once a month, not knocking your jobs, but if you really want to know what's going on, it seems like you would attend those, or your zoning administrator even show up for meetings like this. I have never seen the zoning administrator at a township meeting or a planning commission meeting. So it seems to me like there's an attorney in the background, engineering firm in the background. I mean, there's a lot of skepticism, I think, with the backgrounds of banker, home inspector, contractor, that are concerning. I mean, is there relationships that we don't know about? Is there a push for the future land use that we don't know about? My family's been victim to these uses, so I know this. When I questioned the boundaries and stuff, I did not see one email correspondence when I did this in an open meeting between any of you and Spicer, or any of my questions. So how are you doing your job? Are you doing your due diligence, or are you just leaving it up to them? Because we're trying to give you guys trust, and I don't think it's there on any of this. So that's where I'll leave it.
All right, thank you.
Michelle Penix, 53 and 43 South Linwood Beach Road. Again, here, zoning ordinance. Against of now, you're going to change a name for it so that they like it better, or you like it better. Somebody's got to like it better because what it is, nobody really likes, right? So I just want to look at you, each of you, and look you in the eyes and say, how would you like this happening to you? You want 3 cabins? You want 3 cabins? I want you shaking your head. Yes, I would love 3 cabins. Wouldn't that be fun to have right, what is it? Would you give me my ordinance between my house and where there be? 12 feet, 10 feet, 15, 20? Nobody knows how far they're going to be from my bedroom window?
There's 10-foot side walls, or 15 foot, 15 or 10 foot.
So when Mike put the spike 10 feet from my bedroom window that morning, that's where they can be as closest to me, or from that point on? 10
Setback
feet
from
away.
their property line inside, they have to be X amount of feet off the property line in.
So their variance was in order to bring them more property.
No, variance doesn't have anything, the variance has nothing to do with setback. There's not even a set of plans that we've approved yet, okay?
Yep, but why are we changing the name of it now? Why wasn't it set up what?
That's what Spicer came up with.
Oh, so because Spicer came up with a name of what they should be, we're gonna approve that and say that's what it should be. I mean, this just goes on, it just sickens me to death, and, you know, for you to treat this community this way, and for the people and the residents, I don't know, I know this group, but the rest of you, I'm sure you don't understand how this is. Did anybody buy a house one day and think, oh God, if I don't purchase the property exactly right beside me, I might have cabins built beside me? Well, now that they're going to change this ordinance, if they are, or whatever they're going to do with it, they're going to do it so that can happen to you. And if you have children, or if you have a home where it's of value, don't look at it raising. Don't look at me trying to sell my home to a family with 4 children with 3 cabins beside me. And I have 2 homes there. The other one is a vacation, quote unquote, home. 3 bedroom, 2 bath, constantly watched. I want everybody to know this in this room. Cabins is completely different than a vacation home. And I wish that all of you could understand the difference in what that is to be beside a residential home.
Anybody else?
My name's Bill Lutz. I'm at 279 South Luna Beach Road. I just had a couple questions and a comment. On the tourist dwelling, is this a standard term in other communities, or I'd never heard of it before?
It actually came out of Traverse City, is area out of their township. They're the one that actually had the cabin court designation for small cabins and stuff like that.
Okay. My other question is, what initiated this change in ordinance? I mean, it's usually a pretty big thing to change an ordinance, so there must be some impetus that drives this. Then the other, that's not a question but a comment. My son lives in Bangor Township on the river, and now there's a few Airbnbs on the river, and a lot of problems, a ton of problems. And one of the most striking things, I never thought about this, is in a home you have typically 2 adults. These Airbnbs, you have 12, sometimes more adults, sometimes less, that are ready to party and raise hell and everything else, and it's really a bad deal. I mean, it's really bad. So that's just my comments.
Thank you.
Yeah, Ron Penix, 53 South Luna Beach and 43 South Luna Beach. The concern of the cabins, the capacity of 10 people right near our property line is very concerning. Like the gentleman said, his son with Airbnb in Bangor Township. Bangor Township, when I talked to Tim Banachek a few weeks ago leaving here, he said that they proposed to do exactly what you're doing when he was on the board. He declined it. He thought it was a bad thing for the township to do. Thought it was opening a can of worms. Anybody in this township that owns a home with a vacant lot that could be put to C1, you know, this opens the door for this to happen to everybody. It ain't just about us. You know, it's about anybody in this township that lives next to a vacant lot that has this chance of this being shoved up them too. You know, and again, I would implore anybody that would tell me that they'd like 3 cabins built next to their home that they've had for forever. But anyhow, yeah, would you have that happening to you, Rick? I know it's the same question to answer, and I know the answer would be, but, you know, the easy answer is we should have bought that lot. We didn't buy the lot. That lot could have been offered to us for free, and if we didn't take it, doesn't give a person the right to build next to our home. You know, and then the comment is there's transient people already in your neighborhood. You live by a campground. The closest camp is about 1,000 foot from my home, not 25 foot from my home. The closest marina's boat in the marina's even further. I talked to Scott Spransky. There's 160 sites at the campground. 120 of them are 135 campsites. 120 are seasonal campers, which most of them repeat customers year after year after year. There's 162 docks. 150 are seasonals as well. Most of them are repeat customers, and he said that even their transient people quite often are repeat customers. And we have our rental next to our home. I've had young folks, when I look at their profile on Airbnb, and they want to have big groups, I've asked them, I've told them, and our rules, you know what our rules right now, our rules say we like to kick up our feet and have fun like anybody else, but partying will not be tolerated. I've had kids, when they wanted to add people on, and I asked them their intentions for coming in the area, and if I smelled it was a party, I would let them know that we just did not tolerate it. And I had a lot of people canceling because they knew we lived next door. I've got friends that own Airbnbs and rentals that have been trashed by people that come in because they have no money invested and they don't care. And this is the stuff you're bringing into our neighborhood.